Hello, everybody.
Hi, guys.
I see we had a few familiar faces and a few new faces up in here. And of course, we got, looks like Scott's causing trouble before the show ever even gets started. Uh, had a little bit of internet problem, guys. We got storms around us, so I had to reboot, restart the internet and everything. Brooks was supposed to be on live right now, but she decided not to. Not really. She's right here. I'm going to throw her in real quick.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, the notes I sent you for tonight's live. Disregard the boots on the ground. I forgot that's for Monday. Because we're doing a live Monday night. I forgot all about that.
Hey, have Kaylee check can she check the messages?
Yeah, I just looked at it. Was it?
There's somebody there that I can't see. Neither can Scott.
Let me see here. Okay. I'm not seeing it.
Yeah.
But I'm watching like a hawk.
Yeah, me too. Scott's on it.
Well, if Scott's on it, they'll be lucky to hit the enter button before it's gone.
That's right.
Guys, I'll tell you right now, we got two gun Scott in here tonight moderating. So you trolls ain't got a chance.
Nope.
He's kind of like Doc Holliday. Scott. He said, just skin that smoke wagon, see what happens. Scott's on it tonight. Hello, Lori C. Hello, Keith. Hello, Norma. Hello, Sharon Guy. Thank you, Tracy, for moderating tonight. Scott for moderating tonight. And then we got Brooks co-hosting and moderating tonight. We got Kaylee on with us tonight. And, of course, the one and only me. And, we got the best boots on the ground cryptid channel in Oklahoma. I have to brag about that a little bit. I'm already got a target on me. I might as well make it bigger, right?
There you go. Blame you for everything anyway. So,
well, that's kind of what I was going to talk about just a little bit tonight. I was going to say, it's funny that they think that I'm all these different hundreds of different accounts. Every time I hear something, it's, oh, that's Mike. That's got to be Mike. That's Mike. That's Mike. I think that falls down to infatuation with me. They're like infatuated with me. But the thing is, I'm just going to leave it with this. Two things is all the time I'm going to give on it tonight. It's just two things. The first thing I want to say is, if you're saying that you're a good person and that you tell the truth, and that you're a trustworthy person, that you're bringing the truth out, that you're the truth, or you're the truth, or you're the truther, and you say that you own a business, but an investigator finds out that you really don't own a business, what would that do to a person, I wonder?
I don't know.
I just wonder, because I may or may not have a friend that's an investigator that's found out that a person that said they owned a business don't own a business.
No.
So that might really hurt kind of bad right there. And the second thing that I would like to say is, well, we'll just say it. Where is your proof? You keep saying, that I'm these other channels. That I'm these other channels. My God, you've said this for 7 months. Show me the proof. And while you're out getting the proof, you might pick up some lye soap or something like that. But anyways, moving on.
It's funny. It really is. I mean, my God, Mike, you're an exceptional human being, being able to multitask all these millions of channels and troll.
I have no idea how good I am with computers. I walk around with phones in each hand just all day long. They call me Mike Phone Hands instead of Edward Scissorhands. I'm the ultimate troll.
Aren't you? We have to get you a troll hat. Don't trolls have hats? Yeah.
I need a troll hat. That's what I need to get.
Number one
And,
troll.
Yeah. I'm not going to touch that because I could really, where I could go tonight, but I'm not going to do that. I want to so bad.
Oh, I know. Me too. I can't wait till we can.
Mess around and get something Ajax can't take off. All right.
Hi, Kaylee. Good to see you, sweetie.
Hi, it's good to see you too. How have you been?
I've been good.
That's
Good. How's your little doggy?
Oh, she's spicier than ever.
I was going to say tonight also, Patricia Harrington, her husband has been asking for prayers for her, so keep her in your prayers and in your thoughts. I seen that on another channel, and it was emailed to me earlier this week that Patricia's husband has been asking for prayers. I don't know what's going on. I just know that she is supposed to be pretty sick.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Everybody keep her in your prayers. And Red Tick Hound, we still hadn't seen him. So.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to him also.
Yeah, I hope he didn't.
Anything.
Yeah, I don't know that any of our members knew him personally. I hope he didn't pass away.
That's what I was hoping, because last time we heard, he said he was doing really good.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully he's continuing on that path.
Yeah.
I would like to thank everybody though on our YouTube and on our Facebook channel. We're growing really, really fast. I think today alone approved over 60 members to our Facebook page, and I know that we're almost to hit 25,300 on our YouTube page. So it's growing really fast. Guys, it'll grow as fast as you all donate, because I can't buy members if y'all don't donate. So,
that's right. Yeah.
I will sell these rings if I have to buy subscribers. I will not be passed. I'm the king. But anyway.
Oh.
I want to thank Nancy tonight. I don't know if she wanted me to use her last name or not. But she sent some stuff for the family, and she sent some stuff for Hunter. I stuck it underneath the Christmas tree for Hunter. But I want to show you what she sent me. Thank you very much, Sunshine. God bless you for that.
Oh, thank you so much.
This is one of the things that Nancy sent tonight, guys. She sent me this necklace. It's a cross, and it's nails that make the cross. And she sent everybody in the family something. She sent the boys matching necklaces,
Ooh.
Sarah's husband a necklace, Sarah a necklace, and everybody.
Oh, yeah,
So, so thank you, Nancy, for sending that to us. I stuck Hunter's stuff. I'm not going to say what you got, Hunter, because we won't ruin the surprise, but I stuck his stuff under the Christmas tree. So that's all underneath there. And speaking of Hunter, I got to go see him today. Of course, I'm ready to bring him home. That'll be more exciting, but I did get to go see him today, and your all's donations help make that possible. It goes a long ways as far as helping me and Hunter to be able to spend time together, and I appreciate that from you guys. And y'all are really, really pissing off the other channels.
Yeah, watch that.
What is it? Because every time I've listened to them this week, they're pissed off because y'all are donating to me because of my son.
Yeah.
And I'm really in a bad mood tonight, kind of, with them. So I'm just going to say this. If you was part of hurting an innocent child in order to stop a channel that was getting more numbers than you, and you were that evil to do that, you would probably try to attack that person as much as you could too, to keep them from saying what you've done. But I promise you, it's all coming out, And a lot of it that's coming out is not coming from me. There's a lot of people coming forward. And I'm telling you, I'm getting lots and lots of stuff. And I'm just sitting back listening and I'm eating my popcorn.
Yep. I saw it too. Yep.
So, yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
No, it's not.
But we knew it would happen. We knew it would happen. And I want to thank everybody for supporting Hunter tonight, for being on the show. Every time we do a show, it is to support Hunter. And they get mad when I talk about Hunter, but I'm not going to stop talking about Hunter. I'd be crazy. My religion tells me to have faith in those things not seen. And if I was to stop saying that, then that would mean that I was going against what I believe in. And last time I checked, this is America, and I have the right, the freedom of religion and freedom of speech. And that's how I feel. So I will continue to say that.
Amen. And God is steering this channel. God is captain of this channel.
That's right. He takes care of it all. I'm just along for the ride.
Yep.
Tonight's going to be a pretty good show, guys. I must give you ahead of time, so I don't forget later, a warning. Some of the information you're going to receive in tonight's show may be upsetting to some people. You may not be able to sleep after viewing it, and it may bother you. We're going to talk deep about a lot of things, and we have some videos we're going to share with you guys that are pretty scary. They're taken from. I see Kaylee looking at me. They're taken from actual cases that will support what we're going to talk about tonight. I put this together as a presentation. I hope that y'all are going to enjoy it. Monday night, we're going to talk about the boots on the ground that I done, some things that happened, and some captures that we got. We got some really good captures. We got some audio I didn't even know we got. Did you get a chance to listen to that yet? Did you hear that yet?
Yeah.
It's pretty plain, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It freaked me out.
Yeah, I would have been freaked out too. Definitely.
That was scary to me. That night, I actually was ready to leave. I had a bad feeling, anyways, before it ever happened. So I wanted to warn everybody that some of the content tonight may be upsetting to some people. One of the questions I have, and what we've been talking about lately, is why do they want our kids? Why are they curious about our kids, or they know what they're doing with our kids? Sometimes our kids are. It comes as something they trust. It'll come as something that's familiar to them, or sometimes it'll come as something that scares them. What is the differences, and why are they after the children? That's one of the things that's really been on my mind lately.
Yeah, I think the children they're innocent. And I mean, basically their brains are a clean slate. You know what I mean with that? They don't know much.
And another thing I've been wondering is, when they're taking the children, are they taking DNA from the children? Because we know that whenever Riker was returned, they said his DNA was altered. She said it wasn't her same child that came back. He started eating differently, acting differently. So are they reprogramming the children? Are they cloning the children? Are they possessing the children?
Yeah. I don't know. It's pretty scary. I mean, to think that your child was gone for 3 days in the woods.
There's another child, Phoenix Wilkerson, 4 years old, nonverbal autism, found 1 mile from his home, missing over 50 hours in the rain and cold conditions and rough terrain. When he was found, He was clean and in good health. He was wearing the same clothes he went missing in, including his Batman socks. Now, you know how I like to look into reports. So I dug into this police report and I found some discrepancies. I'm sorry guys if I'm missing you in chat. I get to chatting and I don't even pay attention. Are they simply replacing the children with their own hybrid species? I think that's a very good possibility.
I agree.
I think it could be the fear factor to make the children more wanted. Also, they try to get the most high. So the worst thing you can do is evil to a child. Yeah, well, we know firsthand that the evil ones attack children. I learned that the hard way. That's the first thing they go after, and they even brag about it. So we know that to be factual now. We can say that that's factual.
Mm-hmm.
In the report, in the police report, one of the things I noticed is they said that he was found in all the clothing that he was in whenever he first went missing. The discrepancy I found in the report is another police officer had wrote down they had to place socks on him. Okay, so if he was found in all the clothes, I want you to take a look at this photograph of Phoenix. Remember, he was found in all of his clothes with his Batman socks on, okay? This is a photograph that was taken whenever he was rescued still on the ground. He's not wearing any socks, is he?
No. And look at that red hair.
Same. He has the same color hair as Riker.
Mm-hmm.
Same age as Riker. Same age as Riker. Missing approximately 1 mile from the home, approximately the same distance as Riker.
Huh. Yeah, it's kind of fishy, isn't it?
Then you look at another child, Casey Hathaway, 3 years old. He was missing 3 days in the woods, temperatures 20 degrees, and rain. He said a bear took care of him and fed him berries from its hand.
I'm sorry. I've got bears around here, and I don't think a bear would hand me berries to eat.
Would feed the berries.
You know, they won't let anybody talk to that child because he's undergoing forensic exams. They're probably telling him what he's seen.
Well, yeah. You're saying, no, you didn't see that. You saw a bear. A bear's what? It just was a different bear that you hadn't seen before.
Right. And you know that's what it's going to end up doing. It's going to end up, this is what you've seen. This is what you saw. This is, over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
And like what Scott said, he said, I don't think bears have hands.
No.
Sorry if I'm missing some of these. Lawana says it could be the trauma of things seen and done that affects the children, not able to process it all. I bet the creature that took them has red hair too. It's a good possibility. Hello, Brittany. Good to see you.
Yep. And Henrik's here.
I must have missed that one. I'm not seeing it.
Henrik, he was back up a little way.
Keep going. Keep going. His is green right there.
Oh, there he is.
Hello.
Good to see you. I found you. I was hunting you down. I'm a professional hunter. I have a story I'm going to share with you guys. This was sent in by a viewer.
Is it that? I don't like that.
It's pretty disturbing. I will give a warning before we talk about this.
I don't like this story. I read it.
I'm
And
not.
can I say that we need to have prayer for all these children? We're not making fun of these children. They do need prayer because something traumatic happened to every one of them.
Yeah, they're definitely seeing something that's affecting them. I mean, you can see it in their face. But then look at every time it happens to a child, the parents, the child, everything, they all go missing.
Hmm.
And it's not like they go missing like something got them. They go into protective custody. I think they do it. Hello, April.
Hi, John. Wait.
Hey, Jan from Chicago and JB.
It's good to see you, Jan. You know, I think these kids. Well, let's just say the videos we're going to show in a little bit are going to open, I hope, a lot of people's eyes. I'm not doing these videos to scare you guys.
Mm-mm.
I'm doing them to show you guys that this is real,
Yeah, something's going on.
and it's after our children. Uh, they're targets.
And if these were normal animals, we would know about them. I mean, we would see them like we do the wild horses, the deer, the elk, the bear, even the elusive mountain lions we get to see every now and then. People wouldn't see them. They're hiding for a reason.
Right.
Why are they hiding?
You know, and you're not going to walk out in your front yard and feed them a carrot.
Mm-mm.
No.
They're going to eat you.
Yeah.
They,
No. I'm.
Forsake you.
my opinion is they hate us because we're undeserving of heaven, but yet Jesus forgives us.
Hmm.
They were in heaven in the angelic form, and they don't have a chance. We were the biggest slap in their face that could have happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they know more than us. They're stronger than us. But here we are, these people that don't even, we don't even, we fall short of the glory of God every day.
Yep.
But yet the Nephilim saw our Father go to the cross for us, and he said, no, they're worth it.
Yeah.
So the children are the most innocent blood. So of course these
Yes.
things are going to attack the children because that's an abomination.
Hmm.
So that's going to be their target. Uh, you know, it's easy for a lot of people, and I hear a lot of podcasters doing it nowadays. And what the podcasters are doing is they're using people's children to control the narrative on other pages that they don't go with, that they don't agree with. Because I'm telling you, it's almost turned it into a cult. I mean,
Yes.
it has got to the point to where it's every night run down the Bible. It's every night make fun of baby Jesus. Every night bash this or bash that. And I keep wondering how long can other channels follow this and keep their reputation whenever we know there is damning evidence coming out that these people are evil, that these people are married to witches, that these people are warlocks, that these people are proud of what they do. I had a man contact a person that I interviewed myself, that I interviewed. He went behind my back, contacted her, and scared the shit out of her.
Yeah.
There is some sick stuff going on out there. I mean, I had
Yes.
I had no idea. Tyrone, thank you so very much for that. God bless you,
Yeah.
man.
Thank you so much. God
Thank
bless
you,
you.
Tyrone.
that people have no idea. And I didn't have no idea that a lot of these people were like that. I mean, they were right under my nose, and they were using my platform to
Mm-hmm.
reach other people and to try to get it. And if you'll notice, a lot of these people, they want to make promises. Here I go. They want to make promises to you to say that they got your back, they got your back, they got your back, but they want you to fight their war. And the moment that you don't do it, they run and hide.
That's right.
You know,
I think Sarah's in chat.
I think I'm going to stop on that because if I
Yeah.
don't, I'm going to get myself in trouble
Yeah.
because I'm going to get my emotions involved right now, and I'm going to end up saying things that's not supposed to be let out right now.
Yeah.
But I do want to say that evil will attack children every time.
Mm-hmm.
Every time.
Well, they're innocent.
Um, and you know, if they're wanting to hurt somebody or attack somebody, what's the best thing to do is they attack the child. You know, they got to attack the child.
Mm-hmm.
But moving on.
Well, there
Jim,
again, too, uh, who's going to believe the child says I saw a monster? Or, that's why you always say, listen to what your kids are saying.
right. I mean, if your child comes into your room and they say, "Dad, Mom, there's a monster in the closet,"
Mm-hmm.
don't say there's not a monster in the closet and send your child back to that room.
Yeah.
Because you're probably sending your child back to something that is in that closet.
Yeah.
You know, go rebuke it, get rid of it. The question was asked, did I release the pictures yet of the walkthrough that I'd done the other night? I have not, but tonight after this show, I will go in and make it public to everybody. I released everything first to our Patreon members and to our YouTube members. They get first to look at it. But
That's right.
tonight after this, I'll have Brooks or Kaylee remind me, and I will go ahead and make that public tonight so y'all can see it. I'll make a note to myself. I think it's been long enough, right?
Yeah, that should be.
I don't think you guys are going to be let down by the photographs that I caught that night. I wish we could talk about the boots on the ground that night, but we've already got that set for Monday night. We're going to have quite a bit to talk about Monday night. There was something caught that I didn't, well, there was at least two things caught that I didn't think that we'd even caught. Beverly says, sadly, how many parents don't believe some kids are starting to not believe their children? Right. Tyrone says there's just way too many cryptid encounters for there to be none. Oh, yeah, I agree completely.
Yeah, 100%. I do have a picture of my granddaughter that was taken here, probably 3 or 4 years ago, and she's sitting by the river. And you can look across the river and you can see one. It's transparent, but you can see a Bigfoot across the river from her. And they couldn't see it at the time. But it's in the picture.
Right. Well, whenever I was little, I know what I saw, and I know that what was crawling in my floor, I wasn't making up. I knew what was in my floor was real, and it scared me. And there was times, how you could have a dream to where you don't know exactly if you was dreaming or if you was awake. It felt real, but it may not have been real. And I had done that several times with that stupid lion that my mom and them had, and I thought, it was grabbing me. And it wasn't until later that another person had said the same thing, that it had grabbed them. And I thought, okay, well, it probably did grab me, because what's the odds of two people having the same dream?
Right.
Pretty much zero. We're going to get into this story, guys. Again, this may not be for everybody.
It wasn't for me.
Kaylee says it's for her.
Kaylee's gonna be going la 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 la.
She loves getting into this stuff. She has a whole wall of books of it.
I was reading it. I was like,
She's ready for it. She what is it? She likes to watch Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Mhm.
I watch that stuff too. I think
Yeah.
I probably I think that you have to watch it and know the difference. I think that's what makes the difference. Is if you watch it and you're into it and you're like, oh my God, she's really flying on a broom. I'm going to go outside, buy me a broom, put a spell on it. That's what gets you in trouble. I think when you watch things and it's okay, that's not real. That's it's for entertainment. Yeah, it probably is. It is dark magic, but it's not like you're practicing it.
Right.
I know somebody's wife that does that. If y'all want some information on that, but I'm just saying, that that's what I believe because I think you can go overboard with things also.
That's true. That's true. That's when the kids start thinking it is real. And then that's when, especially teenagers, then they start looking into it. And that's what gets some teenagers hooked. They start thinking, magic. And then that's when they start getting into you really have to distinguish the kids what they're watching.
Yeah.
Right, because whenever I was little, I used to run around and pretend like I was Green Lantern with my friends.
All the superheroes was Green Lantern.
Hey, he had a ring that could make anything, and then I would pretend like I was Superman.
You know what his kryptonite was, right? The color yellow.
Who's
Green Lantern.
I didn't know.
He could die.
See, I didn't get into it like that because that's bad. I just played. She was in the worshiping part of it. But no, I didn't even know that. I just remember playing outside with my friends, and we knew that, I don't know.
You knew you were playing. You knew you weren't actually gonna be able to do and be that person and have that power.
Yeah, because I couldn't really make a space woman, or I would make different
Die
things.
by the color yellow.
Well, too, and it's like, when we were kids, we watched all the Disney movies. I mean, that was the thing to go to I call it the picture show, to go see, all the Disney movies. And now that I'm an adult and see all of the, what are they called? The encrypted messages that they have in them. You're going, wow.
And I don't. Tyrone says, kids just have access to much more than we did. I'm only in my 30s, and technology has just progressed so much. 7 years old, we have TikTok. He's right. I mean, stuff has progressed. I mean, now you can actually go buy probably a Green Lantern ring that really does things.
Yeah.
We had to buy a little 25-cent ring out of a machine and pretend like that was your ring. But we played we played a lot of cowboys and Indians and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Tie the girls up and give them hot foot. We'd wrap firecracker fuses around their toes and light.
You would not. But that that didn't mean you were going to go out and shoot somebody just because you played cowboys and Indians. You weren't going to shoot somebody with a bow and arrow.
Right. We were raised different. We were raised with the mindset of we knew the difference between pretend and real.
That's right.
Casinos, Cryptids, and Conspiracy says the Department of Defense is giving out grants for research on autism. That's interesting. We know that people with autism and disabilities are at a higher risk of encounters and being abducted.
Yeah, they're targets.
And that's another thing. I was thinking about that the other day. When I was a kid, I mean, you didn't hear about kids having autism.
Right.
You didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Do what, Mom? Second juror is mumbling.
Talking to me.
Drones. Yeah, like what Tyrone said. Drones would have been mind blowing. Oh yeah, If we'd have had drones back when I was young, we'd have been like, oh my God, it's aliens. You
Mm-hmm.
know. All right, we're gonna get into this story. I keep threatening to do it. I received this email. I'm glad that they shared this personal information with us, but it's also it bothered me a little. It
Yeah.
really did. But we'll get into it. It says, Mike, I have something that needs to be told, and I have picked you to tell it. I know that you are a true Christian, and people need to know this. He said they had a child, and they lived on a large lake. Hey guys, if you would hold your questions till the end, because I can't do this, and I don't want to be rude and miss your questions, and y'all waste your time typing it out because I know some of y'all are doing it on phones and stuff, and it's a pain to have to retype it. So if you'll wait till just to the end of the story and then put it in capital letters, I promise I will get to you. I just don't want you to think I'm being rude because I don't want to mess this guy's story up because I think that it's very important to get it out. And for him to share this was very deep. So I don't want to disrespect him by, messing up or whatever, or disrespect you guys by missing your questions. Uh, he says, I know you're a true Christian and people need to know this. He has a child and they live on a large lake in Missouri. Where they live is very, very secluded. There's nobody around for miles. They live in the hills of the Ozarks and they enjoyed their peaceful life out there. It was one of those, real calm, quiet, like what I would like to have. You live in the middle of nowhere. That way you don't have to deal with anybody. I mean, if I had Hunter right now, my family would be complete. If we could
Yeah.
all, if we could all go to the hills with Hunter and have him back, I would have a complete family at that point. That's something that I would want, and I know why people do that. But he said we had Bigfoot around our house, and Bigfoot would come up, and they would hear the breathing, they would hear the knocking on the windows, they would hear the whistles, they would hear, the scratches on the house, the doorknobs that would rattle, all the things that you hear a lot of people talk about. And he said it wasn't uncommon, for things to get moved around the yard or, for, the tool shed to be left open, just, minute things that didn't really matter, but things that you knew that you didn't leave like that. You're like, I know I shut that door last night. It was, and, like some of the feed for the animals, it would
Mm-hmm.
be, but as far as an animal being killed or a pet being killed or something like that, it didn't do that. And I think the reason it didn't do that is because it had feed and was able to do that. But I think by them allowing, and I'm not knocking them for this, I'm just giving an insight, what I believe, this is just my opinion. I believe by them allowing this creature to stay around, because he said they didn't mind that it was around and they would leave feed out for it.
Mm-hmm.
They knew it was there, so by feeding it, they were welcoming it.
They're gifting it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were gifting it. Exactly. You got one right. And anyways, they hey, I learned from another podcaster. You have to have another one on your show that you can scream at and run down to make yourself feel better. But anyways, uh, but there's a difference. This one bays. But anyways, they were allowing it to stay around, and by not putting out lights outside to run it off, by not putting out game cameras, by not shooting at it, by not trying to run it off, you're allowing it to have place, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is going to get dark, guys, I promise.
Mm-hmm.
So you're allowing it to have place on your farm. Okay. Later on, as this thing was around, and this happened for not just, a short amount of time, this happened from what I gathered over years. But later on, they started experiencing other things. And the things that they started experiencing was they had lights in the sky. They would dance around, they would move around, they weren't normal. They would chase each other, and we talked about that. I've been witnessing that here. They chased each other. They would sometimes look like they would land out in the field. They would look like they would land at the pond. But the weird thing was, these lights were not flying saucers. What they had humanish forms. They were going to and from. Okay?
Mhm.
Even at that point, they don't run these creatures off. They're kind of to the idea that if it's not bothering us, we're not going to bother it. I have a different opinion on that. But anyway,
Yeah.
uh, the light started, and then their son was 6 years old. He starts talking to an imaginary friend in his bedroom at the window. It started out, their little 6-year-old would be in his bedroom at night, mom and dad sitting in the front room. They would have the TV on, watching TV or whatever. He's in the bedroom, playing with these toys, trucks, whatever. They would have the windows up in the summer.
Mm.
And he would sit by the window, and he would look at the window, and he would whisper. And then he would start giggling. And then he would whisper, and he would giggle. He'd done this for a few weeks. They wasn't really thinking anything about it. They thought it was just a phase, or he was talking to something outside, which he was. You're going to find that out. But he was, having conversation. And then the little boy is sitting out there, and he starts going from conversations to taking toys to the window, handing them out the window.
Yeah.
At first, the parents didn't really think anything about it again, and it kind of sound. And I'm not knocking them. I don't want them to get mad at me, but it kind of sounds like what a lot of parents do is, he's not in my hair right now, and if he's dropping toys out the window, we can go get them later and finish watching our movie.
Right.
So this continues to happen. He's dropping them out. Okay, now it's going to get a little weirder.
It already got weird when you said the window was open.
Well, it gets a little weird. The little boy was sitting at the window, and the mom happens to notice the little boy takes, I don't know what them things are called, but you push them on the ground and they pop, and the little balls pop up.
Oh, those little. Oh yeah.
He had one of those annoying things. I hated those things. If you didn't like somebody,
Yeah.
If you didn't like somebody, you bought their kid one. But, he took that toy and he sticks it out the window. But here's the weird thing: the mom hears it start popping, like someone's pushing it outside on the ground.
Mm-mm.
And then the next thing she knows, it's handed back up to the child through the window. Mom said they were popcorn poppers. So then they start having all this happen. So the mom gets a little bit like, okay,
Paranoid.
that didn't fly back in the window by itself. Something's going on.
Yeah.
So she starts talking to the little boy.
Mm.
She says, "Who is your imaginary friend?" And he says, "He comes up here and plays with me all the time." And she said, "Well, what does he say to you?" He said, "Oh, well, we just play games." And he said, he asked me, what your name is, when my birthday is. And he asked me, what scares my mom and dad? What are they afraid of? And he said, I told my mom and dad that know, or I told the creature, he said, I don't know what my mom and dad are afraid of. And he said, whatever he's talking to says, whenever you're around your mom and dad some night, ask them what their deepest fears are and tell me.
Great.
So you can see where that's starting to go.
Yeah. Not good.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
That's when you shut the window.
Oh, it gets worse. One night, they had all went to bed, and they hear a loud boom come from their son's name was Jay, is what they said. It's not a real name; they used an alias, but they said that the loud boom came from Jay's room, and they said they panicked immediately because when they went to his room, he was missing and the window was up. They said they immediately called 911. They said they found him at the lake, just sitting there looking into the water. We asked him, what are you doing? And he said, this is what he said to him when they asked him what he was doing. Now, picture this. You got a 6-year-old kid. He's out of his room at night. You've heard a loud boom. He's sitting at a huge lake in Missouri in the dark, staring into the water. And they ask him, what are you doing? And this is what he says. It's pretty crazy. He says, Teddy Bear lives in there. And he pointed to the water.
Mm-mm.
He said, Teddy Bear lives under the water.
Mm-mm.
They said, we took him home. And then that's when it all started getting weird. Jay started taking baths in the middle of the night. And he was always wanting in the water. He would play in the water at the kitchen sink. If it rained, he would go out into the water. He would play into the ditches. He was always wanting in the water.
Mm-mm.
He also started eating different foods again. Remember, this happened with Riker. They said he started eating fish and seafood, and he never liked seafood. So now you got a child that has went to the lake in the middle of the night, just had this imaginary friend. They've asked him what he's doing. He says Teddy Bear lives under the water. They bring him back. He starts playing in the water all the time now and eating food that he never liked.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Something's off.
Well, as time went on, they said his attitude changed. He started becoming belligerent. He would throw fits. He would try to bite them. He would try to pull their hair out. He would scream at them. And then, this is the weird part.
Mm-hmm.
He started hurting his cousins. And when they cried, or they would, shake or whatever because it hurt, he would stare at them like he was studying them. Like, why are you crying? Why are you hurting? And he would do it over and over just to see the reaction.
Nope.
They said he would look at us with a serious look in his eyes, and he would laugh very loudly and a crazy laugh, but his eyes stayed focused on us and serious, while his mouth would laugh uncontrollably at us.
Wow. That's, yeah, something. That's not normal. Something's visiting the kid, and parents better pay attention to what their kids are telling them.
Well, it gets worse. He was playing with his cousins one day, and while he's playing with his cousins, he bites off one of his cousin's fingers,
Mm-mm.
and he swallows it,
God.
and they were unable to reattach it because he actually swallowed the finger.
Ugh.
And he began laughing at the kid, but it's not like a laugh like he's really laughing like it's funny. It's like he's making a laughing noise, just staring at him. This ha ha laugh loud as he can.
Right.
Yeah, like a dry, loud laugh.
Like he.
They said it got to the point to where it got so hard to take care of him that they ended up placing him in a halfway house. They were unable to care for him any longer because he had become so crazy that he was chewing the bedposts off of his bed at night. He was scratching holes literally in the walls with his fingernails. He would lay in bed at night and scream his parents' name all night. And they got to the point where they couldn't take it. They said that they had placed him in a halfway house where he stays heavily medicated and where they said he will spend the rest of his life. They said our visits are very scary as he looks at us like he hates us and he tells us, "You're going to die." And he ended the story. He said, "Mike, they are real. What happens to children, I want to share because people need to know this. Listen to your children."
Yeah. Wow.
I don't like that story.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
But you know, when you have something on your property or at your house and you know that these things are not good,
You don't feed it.
yeah, you don't feed it. You don't allow it to stay.
No.
Because, and this is just hypothetical, but if they would have got rid of that monster, I'll show you all the videos in just a minute. These videos are very disturbing, and I will warn you before I play them. If they would have got rid of it, would it have maybe saved their son?
I think it would have.
My guess is yeah. They wouldn't have allowed it to keep hanging around because obviously it was focused in on the child.
It sounds like it was trying to friend the child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, manipulating.
Yeah.
And it, the part that kind of threw me is why would he call it teddy bear? That was one of the things. Was it because it was hairy? Was it a Bigfoot? Was it a Wolfman?
How was it Bigfoot or Wolfman if he said it lived in the water?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But you don't hear Bigfoots or dogmen living in a lake. At least I've never heard of it.
And he called him teddy bear.
Right. Now, I have heard of Bigfoot swimming. Maybe it jumped in the water and swam.
Maybe it swam to the other side of the lake.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it was crossing the lake. Maybe Kaylee's right.
Mm-hmm.
She got two right tonight, maybe. But
Go, Kaylee.
Because if you think about it, the other night on my boots on the ground, remember what came up to me came across the lake too.
Right.
Every time we went on one, we always heard something in the water.
Oh, you're going on with this with one.
No.
Yeah, we're going back down there because there is something there, and I need help.
What am I gonna do?
We got to catch it. You're going to be running the IR camera.
I don't want to see it.
I honestly, and I'm not lying, guys. I tell you the truth right now. I honestly believe if I can get Kaylee and Sarah to go with me to this spot, and might even try to get my mom to go and run cameras, I really think that I am going to be able to capture something.
Sarah will go with you.
No, I think we'll get it.
Sarah?
Well, you did capture something.
Yes, but I think we can actually get it moving. I really do.
Right.
I think we can actually get video of it.
Yes, but the thing is, you want to see it and you want to catch it. I'm more comfortable staying in the house away from it.
No, we have to catch it.
I don't have to catch
It has to be caught.
it. It needs to stay in its own environment.
You're gonna bring it home and make it a pet, Kaylee.
There it goes.
And you know, I'll tell you all this so I don't ruin Monday night. I heard something the other night,
Oh, great.
and I'm not afraid to admit it. It scared the hell out of me. Uh, it actually, I froze for about a second.
A second.
I couldn't move. I've never heard anything like what I heard the other night.
Wait, where were you? Back down there or here?
No, where them black things manifested.
Oh,
that
those
night.
rat-looking things.
Yeah, and this was like the whole. I'm going to run Monday night. I gotta shut up. Join us Monday night, guys. There's really good stuff coming. I promise. If you don't believe me, ask Brooks. Monday night's going to rock.
I really wished I was there to go with y'all.
I got to get Kaylee and Sarah down there because I think if we have one person running the IR camera like Kaylee,
why do you always want me to be the one to look at it?
so you can find it, and then we can get a spotlight on it, and then get my Kodak video camera on that thing, and try to get actual video footage with IR footage, run both on it. I think we could get some really good.
You could get your IR camera, have it in your hands, get your little hat going on, and then Sarah could be right there with the flashlight.
We can't use a GoPro. You can ask Brooks. The GoPro's out of the question for nighttime.
Okay, what do you use?
Yeah.
We'll have to use the Kodak camera.
Okay, then you'll have to. Okay, then use your Kodak, and then Sarah can have the flashlight, and then the thingamajigger.
No, because we need more than one person from what I heard.
What you heard?
This thing, I'm telling you guys, what I heard that night. I ain't never heard. I mean, I've heard weird shit. I mean, I've heard stuff like yell, scream, whistle, say your name, growl. This was way different. I mean, this was like, I had one person actually say they thought it could be infrasound.
Oh, what?
Infrasound?
Yeah.
A person thought that I could have been hit with that. It's a thing that they're able to do to hit you with something to cause you to get dizzy, sick, freeze. It's a sound that. And
you want me to go down there?
Yeah, we're going. But it was really, but yeah, I will be going back to this location, but I'm not going to run Monday night. So I think that if this guy would have got rid of this creature, it probably would not have happened to his son.
Right.
I'm going to show y'all a video. And again, warning, if things bother you, don't watch.
Do I have to watch it?
Yeah.
Things bother me.
You have to because you're part of the team.
You're not immune from watching, Kaylee.
I can go sit over there and watch it on my phone.
Hey, Armor Up podcast, I do have an idea what that could be. Mine used to do it too. It could be two things. Your GoPro is either overheating and getting too hot, or you need to get another memory card deal, because I had one and it wasn't good enough quality memory card. And because some memory cards are better for movies and movement, and some are better for pictures. So you may need one for the movement that's better resolution, and that fixed mine. So hopefully that'll help you. I'm going to show you all a video. We're going to start with this one, and then we'll all discuss it if we don't have an empty chat after this. You know how we're talking about the Nephilim are always looking for bodies to inhabit, right? They want a body. My uncle was a mortician, and he used to say sometimes the bodies that were in there would move, sit straight up on the tables. Yep. They would groan, they would growl. Really weird stuff.
I've heard that too.
Well, this was taken in a hospital by a security camera.
Yeah, people in a morning.
Here it is. You gotta look so people.
I don't want to look.
It's not bad. This is really not the bad one. Okay. People are saying Yeah, Susan, it scares me too when I'm alone. People are saying that they believe people that are possessed when they die, that is the demon in the bodies still trying to manipulate the body.
I don't know. When Tracy's and my dad was in medical school, that what he did to make money, because he put himself through medical school. He worked in a funeral home and he embalmed bodies. And he talked all the time of them popping up. He said that was a nerve.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
So does everybody agree that we're gonna call this a normal reaction to a body that's died, that the brain is probably still firing electric through it?
I would.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they get up and walk, that's a different story.
I'm done, man. I'm gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if they start talking to you, yeah, that's a different story.
They said, "Good try, Kaylee, Susan." Perhaps it's just a Nephilim demonic spirit trying to take advantage of an empty body and finding it didn't work after it was dead. Could be.
I still think it's
Yeah.
weird.
You know, there's Mr. Mr. Mars. We'll call you Mr. Mars. I've heard stories of zombies where people I found decaying zombie-like corpses shambling around the woods. Maybe that's a demon in a body. Man, that would be scary. Explained it well. If that's just always how they explained it. Seeing another one right here I wanted to grab. There we go. I think that's a new person too. Chu Perez. This thing was 4 foot wide, 8 to 9 foot tall, and jet black with red glowing eyes. And this was at 1 p.m. overcast day. Wow. That's amazing if you had an encounter during the day. Those are pretty rare. Qbot says that they will set up also. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what my uncle said, is they would set up.
Yeah.
Sunshine says they used to put bells in graves because people would come back. Yeah, I've heard that too. Mm-hmm. Donna Eckerson says, "Hi guys, sorry I'm late." Hey Donna, good to have you with us.
Hey Donna. Qbot
says she grew up in a funeral home.
Mm-hmm.
Melissa Davis is in here tonight. I think they'd rather take over a live body. I agree. I do believe they want live bodies. 100%. All right, well, let's move on to the next video. This is why these things, I believe, will try to manipulate you to try to get your children. You can watch this one. It's not a dead person.
Oh, what is it?
It's just something scary.
Please help me. What? What's wrong with you? It did me. What? It took my daughter. Parker? Please let me inside. Parker!
That was beating on somebody's camper while they were sitting in a... Sorry, Brooks. Brooks looks terrified.
It's okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. I covered my ears and my eyes.
Yeah.
That was at somebody's window, and it was saying that it needed help because somebody took its daughter.
Well, I was trying to really look at it, make sure that wasn't one of those masks, but when it opened up its mouth, that didn't look like a mask.
You need to see it again?
No.
Yeah, play it one more time. Sorry, Kaylee. Don't look.
No, you gotta watch it.
Please help me. What? What's wrong with you? It did me. What? It took my daughter. Parker? Please let me inside. Parker!
Yeah, a mask doesn't. Yeah, look at its mouth. That's not a mask.
So why would it be saying it took my baby? I mean, what would have took its baby? That's what I was trying to figure out, because these people were saying, you know, it's weird enough it was beating on their window, right?
Yeah.
But why would it be saying it took my baby? Why would it say that? Yeah, Scott says, look at that hand.
Yeah.
And then they say, you know, the eyes.
Where do you find these?
Yeah.
I said late at night. I said, are the people okay?
That almost looked like a black-eyed kid.
Oh, yeah. They said the arm and the hand looks real.
Mm-hmm. Well, look at the mouth. The mouth. If it's a mask, the whole. If the mouth opened, you'd see the mouth separate. You'd see lips, but that wasn't a mask.
Sarah says, that reminds me of a place I saw recently. People go inside at dusk and are supposed to close all their windows and blinds. If they hear something outside, then they act like they didn't. I can't.
Yeah.
This lady says, really, Mike, like Kaylee, this lady says, them eyes, I'd be pleading the blood of Jesus.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then she says, Luana says fake video. Keith Blunt says fake video.
Some are saying they've got to be a skit.
They think it could be a skit.
Could be.
Yep. That's what you never know anymore.
I know. And that's why you really have to watch what you're watching, because a lot of AI generated, and man.
Here's your one without any sound, Kaylee. You can watch this one. This one has no sound.
What is it?
This is the next one.
What is it?
It's a baby doll. Watch.
If it moves?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I saw this.
It looks at the camera. When it notices there's a camera watching it, it just falls over.
I think I've seen that one before.
Yeah. They said that that's in a storage unit, and they kept hearing things in that storage unit. And they put up cameras to see what it was. And that thing is a monkey. It kind of looks like a little boy or something doll in that video. But when they showed that in color without the night vision, it was like a monkey doll. Yeah, that's crazy.
Right.
I ain't a fan of these videos.
And we got this right here.
Another video?
Yeah. Is, I think, a really good one.
Mm.
And this is why you should pay attention to your children. When your children tell you there is something in their bedroom, don't tell them there's nothing in there, because this could happen.
Inside this girl's bedroom to monitor her. It is around 11 p.m. and well past her bedtime, yet she decides to play with some toys while in bed, when something utterly terrifying happens.
Hey, do you play with me? Sure, I'll play with you. So let you play me, yeah. Bling, bling, bling. Bling, bling, bling. Bling, yum, dum, dum.
This video was taken by a security camera placed inside this girl.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, listen to your kids.
Because you never know, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what like what Brittany says. The fact that they put a camera in their child's bedroom means something. I mean, they, even the parents were wondering. So, why would you
I
put your child in there than put a camera in there to try to catch something?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, in that video, they got the little girl out of the room and kept her out. And somebody had asked them if they had gone back in and looked under the bed. Well, she goes and has the camera and looks under the bed, but there's a doll under there. And when she looks at the doll turns and
Oh,
looks at her. I think that's the end of that video. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dolls. Mm-mm.
I don't like
I
dolls.
don't. I don't do dolls. Now, growing up, I played with Barbies. Yeah, that was
Oh
the
yeah.
big thing. But baby dolls, mm-mm.
I had a
Nope.
Cabbage Patch doll.
So did I.
Yeah, I really did.
Mm.
And it's back whenever they were popular. I don't know. I think it's important that we listen to our kids.
Yeah.
Not just send them in a room and put a hidden camera to try to catch whatever's after them. I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of mean.
It's like baiting.
Yeah, like you.
Yeah.
Well, that's that's like my daughter told me. She kept hearing somebody say, "Psst, psst, hey, where's your brother?" And I kept telling her, no, you're not. Y'all aren't hearing that. No, no way. Until I went and slept in her room and I heard it.
Right.
And I'm telling you, that scared the crap out of me.
Mm.
And that happened about 5 o'clock in the morning when I heard it.
Well, like what Lawana says, if they put a camera in her room, why didn't they go running in there when they heard her screaming for help?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, they obviously weren't watching it.
Is it Zip the monkey from the 60s had an experience 10 years old? Lubbock, like a Stephen King moments.
Ah.
So Susan had an encounter, I guess. Like
Susan.
Yeah, I'd
Susan,
like to hear it.
I'm from Plainview. Tracy and I was born in Plainview. I know Lubbock real well.
Yeah, send me your story if you don't mind. That's pretty crazy.
Mm.
It's Donna Eckerson says even 20 years ago she wouldn't have believed this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes you wonder how many kids when you were in school? How many kids when you were in school that acted different, that were quiet, or they were depressed, or they were what were they experiencing at home? What was their parents making them go through? Well, there ain't nothing in there. Go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't shut up and stop crying, we're going to turn the light out.
Right.
And that happened a lot back then. They would turn the light out and shut your door.
Oh, yeah.
Go to sleep.
Well, we had a big house, and I'm going to tell you, Tracy will verify it. I mean, my mom was a big sci-fi scary movie. She loved watching all those. But we had a big long hall that went to the bedrooms, and either my sister Tracy or my brother Steve would have to walk me to the bathroom and stand outside the door because I was scared. That's true.
Have you ever had anything do anything like that, like a baby doll or anything?
I didn't have a baby doll. Mm-mm.
I've seen a teddy bear that was evil.
Mm-mm.
It was found at a dump, and that thing was evil as hell. It's probably why it was at the dump.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody got rid of it, and then it got brought home, and bad things started happening.
Yeah, you got to be careful what you I mean, I used to love going to garage sales and stuff. Yeah. Mm-mm.
Or antique stores.
Oh, look,
Yeah.
I bought a box full of ashes.
Yeah.
It's got a gold tooth in it. You know, I mean,
You know, my stepmother was notorious for buying antiques. She loved antiques.
you know, I enjoy that stuff, and I still, you know, like to go look at that stuff. But I think that now you probably need to pray over that stuff whenever you buy it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a the other night when I was doing the boots on the ground, and I know a lot of y'all are really enjoying the boots on the ground. I done what 2 back to back on two places. The first place, I'm not going to lie, it was interesting. Uh, I found it to be probably more beautiful than I did scary. Uh, it was a really pretty place. Now, there's reasons I think that I may not have had an encounter at the first place, and this is just my theories that I've came up over the years, and everybody knows I'm the moon guy. But there was a clearer night with the full moon, and I think that probably is what cut down on me having an encounter there, because the people that had an encounter there said it was a really really bad encounter. I
Mm-hmm.
had something came across the lake, whatever it was far away, and I guess it was curious enough of me that it came up to me. Not it was not a close encounter, but it was making it sound like a large bird. I think I sent you the audio,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure what that was. Now the next night I went to that other location and it was cloudy. And well, I was live with you guys for a little bit, and I was having some pretty good action just on the live. I don't know what I found, what you would call that thing. I believe Jesse from Arcane Paranormal said it was a marker. Uh, I don't even know what you would call that. What did anybody see that live? I mean, what I found, would you call that a marker, or what do you think that was that I found?
I don't know. That's weird. That was really weird.
I don't even know what you would call that.
I don't know either.
Did you see it?
I mean, I wouldn't call it a structure either because
No, it was.
structures are big, you know, like
It
the,
was. Yeah, it was like 3 sticks upside down, jammed down into the dirt like long ways, and then one stick was laid on them. It was balanced, and I mean it was balanced. And then there was like an old piece of like shrubweed or something stuck there, and then on the ground there was like a long line, and then like a T.
Mhm.
And I made the mistake by promising everybody that I would go back up there in the dark and take some pictures. Uh, but honestly, whatever it was following me the whole time. While I was on the live with you guys, I had a lot of people, and I noticed in the chat, and I was watching the chat. And when I'm on the live, guys, I'm not ignoring you all because I'm on a cell phone doing the live, and it's really hard to see the chat. But I was noticing that some of the people were saying, "I'm hearing a woman's voice. I'm hearing a woman's voice. I'm hearing a woman's voice," and I was like, I'm not hearing that, but I'm hearing something walking. I was hearing like limbs breaking, and and I was like, okay, something's following me. And then when I got home, well, I reviewed the footage because I got like 100 people telling me, look at this timestamp, look at this timestamp, look at this timestamp. And I was like, that many people hearing the same thing at that timestamp, something had to happen. So I went back this morning and I pulled that timestamp and I listened to it and I sent it to Brooks for her to listen to.
Mhm.
And did you hear it, Brooks?
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
I will say that what you heard in that video, there's two possibilities. It's either two different entities, or it's
Mhm.
one trying to pretend to be a child. And then I heard its original voice when I was leaving.
Yeah, and make it clear you were on a dead end road, right?
Yes. Yes.
There was that road was the only way in and the only way out, and there wasn't anybody there.
Absolutely not. And I was there during the day to be able to for sure know there was nobody there.
Hmm.
I was there at daytime till dark. Uh, Cheops, it is the last live I just done.
Hmm.
Just go under my lives, and it'll be the newest live. Uh, that was a bad night, guys. It really was. That was one of my tougher boots on the ground. Um,
Yeah.
I wish Sarah would have been there and Kaylee to experience
I want to experience
what happened to me when I was leaving. It ain't what happened while I was there. While I was there, I mean, yeah, there was like walking and tree breaks, and it's when I was leaving. Oh my
Yeah.
god! I even called Brooks when I was driving out of there.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah. He was scared.
That's
Yeah.
why I don't go.
Yeah, it was a really it was a what I would call, and I don't class things A, B, C encounters, or this is a you know number one or number two or no. I just how close was it? And last night that was probably one of the closest encounters I've probably had in the woods.
Like flashlight or
Yeah, I think it was flesh because I could hear it walking. Uh, it wasn't really what I seen that scared me. It was what I heard. I heard two things. And I'm not going to say what I heard till Monday night, but the one thing I heard was the same thing that was heard at the timestamp, but I heard it differently. What I heard when I was leaving was a more sinister, deeper voice that did not sound like the one at the timestamp. They were either two different things, or it was something trying to lure me by making a different sound, and it was scary as hell. Uh,
Well, and then once it realized it startled you, scared you,
yeah, it
didn't.
it done something else,
Yeah.
and that really bothered me. But the good thing is where this thing came from, and I know the direction that it came from. It Cheops, I don't remember exactly what it was right now. But where this thing came from, if I have Kaylee and Sarah there, it's at a good location where I have a lot of distance between me and it. It doesn't have a lot of room to be able really to sneak up on me. We should be able to catch it in like the cattails. There's probably 500 yards of cattails. That's where it came from, unless it gets down in those cattails. But we should be able to see the cattails moving
oh yeah,
if something's crawling. What?
you're gonna be seeing it.
And that's what we're going to try to catch. But I'm telling you, whenever it did what it did, oh my god, it was just like, well, it was bad enough that I felt the need, and I hardly ever do it because Scott and Brooks get on to me because I hardly ever call them. They're like, "Are you okay? Did you make it home?" But I actually felt the need that night to call them as I drove out of there because
Hmm.
I wasn't sure if it was going to attack my vehicle. Because no, it wasn't feral people at all, Lori. See,
No, he
a
got
lot,
a picture.
yeah, a lot of times when I tell y'all like I had this happen, but I don't know what it was. I don't want to say. This is a time that I can actually say this was not a person. Uh,
Yeah. No.
there's photographic proof this was not a person.
Yeah.
Uh, it was scary as hell.
Mhm.
Um, I explained to my mom what it sounded like, and she said that was something that they have heard down at Granny's before when they were kids. So, have I found where the creatures that were at my Granny's? Have I found where they went? Do you think
or
that
where
that's
they came from.
is that where they're
Yeah.
at now?
Yeah, where they came from.
Because I know they're not at my granny's no more.
Right.
Probably relocated down there.
Or they go back to where they came from. Because that's where they came from. Because my uncle was spook hunting,
Mhm.
and he brought them from there to there. And then after my granny passed away, and all the girls stopped going there, all the kids, it left.
Mm-hmm.
So, did we find what was at my granny's? Did it, did it know who we are? What if I take my mom? Would it recognize her still? Would that cause us to have a better encounter?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe I can get her to go and tell her we're going fishing or something. And
I
get her.
vote Kay goes. Put a 1 in the chat if you want Kay to go too.
Mom said, I'm listening. But, I think that maybe if we go down there and have my mom fishing, because she did have all these encounters, and then I could set up to catch whatever it was, maybe I could get a real good footage of whatever this thing is.
Yeah. Well, I think you got a really good picture of it.
Right. Have you seen the photograph?
Mm-mm. I want to see it.
I don't think I have it. So, I think we'll take mom fishing and buy her a little juice or something.
Juice.
Set her down by the water. And I'll buy her like a BLT or something.
A little.
Tie a roast on her back.
Yeah.
So what you gonna do? It's just a backpack, Mom. It's not nothing.
But we had a lot of things going for us on that night. And one of the things we had going for us was it was a night whenever storms were moving in. So it was before a storm, which 411 says that most of the missing kids, the people go missing right before a storm.
Mm-hmm.
We're on granite rock, which granite holds charge.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing we would have had against us would have been the full moon, according to what I believe, if they hunt in a low light to have the ability. But we had an overcast, cloudy sky that cut that full moon out, which gave it the low visibility light of a waning or a gibbous. So
right, and it was a pink moon that night too, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I forgot about that. It was the pink moon.
Mm-hmm.
And it was scary. I mean, when this thing done what it done, there was no doubt in my mind I was leaving. I took the IR camera when it done what it done, and I turned and I started clicking like this, just clicking pictures. I caught it. What it was.
Yeah, you did.
See it.
There's no doubt when y'all see the picture that there's something there. No doubt. It's right there. No red circles.
Nope. No red circles.
No red circles. It's right there.
I haven't had a head trauma. What I saw was really there. It was, it wasn't a DDN or an ABC. It was an actual creature.
Yeah, it really was.
And
I even showed it to Tracy, and Tracy said, "I see that." And she never sees anything.
So if Tracy saw it, I caught something.
You caught something. Tracy saw it.
This morning the house was shaking really, really hard. I'm going to get off track just for a second. And I heard Kaylee's dog start barking. And I was like, what in the world's going on? And the bedroom was shaking. And I jumped up and I ran and looked out the back window, and 3 Chinook helicopters went right over the top of our house.
I seen that.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
It was loud.
It is cool.
Mom, do we have quartz rock around here? Do you know? Not that I know of.
Not that she knows.
Overcast and foggy. Yeah, Chew, it was very overcast that night. What was cool, though, is with the overcast, still having the full moon, the IR camera worked pretty good because I still had the light through the cloud. A FLIR camera would, be a lot better. A lot of people are telling me they want me to get a drone, but a drone's really not going to be beneficial at night, unless you go buy a FLIR drone. But who can afford that? I guess maybe a business owner could, but I don't know. What I caught that night, I was impressed. It was.
Yeah, he's going to show are you going to show the picture Monday?
Actually, you'll be able to see the picture right after the show. I'm going to release it to the public.
I'm going to put it on our Facebook group.
No,
right?
it's already made. It's a YouTube video. It was made for the members only. And after the show, I'm going to go change it over to public.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, as soon as the show ends, guys, I will go on. I will make that video public. So just go to the YouTube page and you'll see it. It'll be public. And you'll be able to see all the photographs I took that night. I'll do it tonight as soon as we get off here.
Yeah, and you'll even see the little stick thing, whatever that was, marker. That's weird.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know either.
But we got a tornado getting pretty close. Some bad weather moving in, so I'm probably going to lose internet. We are going to go live Monday night, guys, which is not common for us to do, but we will be live Monday night to talk about this encounter that I had. You'll probably be back on, right?
Monday?
Yeah. Because Kaylee wants to watch some more films, I find.
No.
Hey, Candy, good to see you. But y'all are not going to be disappointed in what we found. I am going to be going back. Hopefully I can get Sarah and Kaylee to go with me because I do want to catch this. I'll get Mom probably to go with me. And
I want to go.
Yeah, take Brooks.
I'd love to go. Okay, we need a fund to get me from New Mexico to Oklahoma.
Fly my bait to Oklahoma.
Free order.
Yeah, that's what it'll be. I got one last video I want everybody to see.
What is up with you on video?
It's about 7 minutes, but I think it's a very important video. So with that said, I'm going to let Brooks walk us out, and then I'll say our goodbyes. Kaylee say the goodbyes. Then I will start the video, and then after the video, guys, I'll go ahead and end the stream. But I think you all will really like the video I found, and I wanted to share it with you guys because I'm just nice like that.
I know. You're a sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
I try, but guys, I work all the time. I run all these jobs, and
On the account.
now don't go looking around because you won't find my name on them. I'm an incognito owner. Okay. I am a professional bullshitter.
Oh.
That's funny.
Well, we love all y'all, and we appreciate y'all supporting Abnormal Investigations. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here. And also remember, we do have Super Chat. Don't forget that. Help support us. And remember to pray for the children that we talked about today. So, we love you. And be sure and watch the next video that he's fixing to release.
Thank you guys for joining tonight and coming on and watching these videos that he found late at night. Just try to scare us all. But I'm blessed and thankful for each and one of y'all and just being here supporting us and our channel. We're blessed and thankful to call y'all our family. And we love y'all and we pray that you please have a blessed night and be safe. God bless y'all.
I want to thank each and every one of you for the support that you have given us. The support that you have given in bringing Hunter home, even if it's by watching the videos, hitting the like button, sending, a gift in the mail to the P.O. box, to making a donation from a super to the PayPal, to even just putting up the beautiful purple hearts. people have asked me to stop talking about Hunter. I'm not going to do that. I've decided that that's my belief, and my God tells me that as long as I believe it in my heart, that I'll receive it. So I want to continue, guys. And I will tell you that the money that y'all have sent, it has made it possible for me to be able to see Hunter. I can't go into details, but it does make it possible. And because of what you all done, I am able to see him and visit with him. Not as much as I would like, but that's getting ready to, and my belief is going to change.
Absolutely.
God is good. God knows the truth. We're going to continue moving forward. I have the best audience out there. Now, there's another podcaster that says they can't even fill a chat room. Let me tell you something. If I had to fill a chat room with the evil cult members that he does, I wouldn't want to fill one. I have the kind of members over here that I want. I don't want those kind of people. I would take you guys any day, every day, 7 days a week, and twice on Sunday. So I want to thank you guys so very much. And we have the strongest core, I believe, subscribers of any channel. You guys are hardcore, and you've stuck with us through everything. And it means a lot. We're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to go. Sky's the limit, like we always said. And there's one thing we're not going to do. We're not going to run, and we're not going to hide. We're here to stay, and we're going to keep hitting these boots on the ground. And we got a lot more boots on the ground coming up. I'm going to play y'all a video that I want to share with you guys. And as soon as I get off here, guys, I'm going to make the other video public. Go to our YouTube channel. Check out the pictures that we took. Thank you all so very much for your support. God bless you. Watch the storms tonight. Keep your eyes to the sky. Have a plan to go somewhere for shelter if you're going to be hit by one of these storms. Families first. And until next time, guys, keep your head on a swivel. Don't be something's dinner. And we'll see you on the next one.
That there are technologies at the South Pole Station that people can't even consider that exist on this planet.
Like what?
Directed energy weapon systems is something that people need to get into their vocabulary fast. The ice cube neutrino detector is not simply a passive listening device as presented for the science that they're claiming it to do. It also has the capacity to transmit. There are embedded in the ice what are called digital optical modules, DOMs. They're about the size of a basketball. The array embedded in the ice is 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer. It is the world's largest telescope. And now, because we have proven that it can transmit, it's the world's largest directed energy weapons system. It is responsible for the earthquakes in Christchurch, New Zealand in 2011 on the front end of the year.
How do you know for a fact that that was responsible for that?
Because I was present, and I have gone over this with the pertinent people that I will not be releasing their names.
Okay.
But I was on the team, let's just say, and I've confirmed this.
Well,
I've provided documentation from the actual manufacturer's specs. So this unit was constructed, operated, and maintained by the University of Wisconsin, and just like every other device on the planet, whether you're driving an M1 Abrams tank or operating the ice cube neutrino detector, there's operator's manuals that tell you how things work. Right there in that information, free for everybody to find. I found it myself. I was directed to find it, I'll put it that way, and release this information. And it states very clearly that each one of these DOMs can transmit at 2,047 volts each. So these are currently the facts of life.
how do you know? I mean, I guess what I'm asking is, how did it even come to your attention that this triggered an earthquake? If you're at the South Pole and New Zealand had an earthquake, I mean, how did you know it came from the South Pole?
Without divulging names?
Without divulging names.
I could only say that it was communicated to me from team members that were present and fully read in at the time that they were aware. And since that time,
At the immediate, like the same day?
Oh, absolutely. It was understood.
Well, what was said?
That we accidentally hit Christchurch, New Zealand twice when they were trying to fire up this weapon for the first time. That it was friendly fire. It was not on purpose, but it occurred. That the system is designed for that. And it was just friendly fire.
So
incidental.
This is a telescope. That sounds like a. Is it a telescope?
Absolutely, it is. It is a neutrino detector for sure. It can accomplish its primary purpose. It can also transmit and then provide a multifaceted platform for directed energy weapons systems.
Do you have any idea how the earthquake was initiated?
From misfiring the system.
Where
were they targeting?
Yes.
I don't know.
Does it go into the earth? Does it go into the atmosphere?
It can definitely go through the earth. I would consider that it might be able to do stuff in the atmosphere. I haven't heard that statement laid at its feet, but I wouldn't put it past it. I don't want to try to limit the functions of this device by my imagination or experience. I believe that's one of the problems with directed energy weapons is they are not like standard weapons of old where you have a gun and a particular caliber bullet, you pull the trigger and it does one thing. These platforms are way more complex than that. They do a lot of things.
What else do they do?
Excuse me. This system, additionally, in regards to the neutrinos, it detects the neutrinos that are apparently coming off of the new exotic propulsion systems for either off-world UFOs or reverse-engineered stuff on our planet.
What is neutrino?
Neutrino is a near massless particle that goes at, close, or beyond the speed of light. It is so small that it can pass between the electron shell and the nucleus of pretty much every atom on the planet. In the capacity of being detected at the South Pole Station, when the neutrino impacts the nucleus of the water molecule of the ice in the glaciers at the pole, a reaction occurs. The nucleus and the neutrino become destroyed. A muon is created and ejected, and a blue flash of light known as Cherenkov radiation flashes in the ice, and that's what the DOMs, the digital optical modules, are detecting. That's their primary purpose as presented. Now, whether that neutrino comes from a quasar out in space or a exotic propelled engine off of vehicles that aren't being discussed contemporarily, it detects it, thus making it basically an air traffic control center for all non-discussed vehicles on this planet. So just like we have all the other air traffic on the planet and it's being completely observed and attended to, there's just another level of craft on this planet and another level of air traffic control tower that exists. This is that facility.
Back to tracking neutrinos. What is that? Why are they tracking those?
Oh, for the purposes of science, they're claiming that there's a lot to be ascertained by understanding the difference between low power and high power neutrino ejections from cosmic occurrences. It's about that vague. This is what they spend our tax dollars on.
Let's talk about what else do they do?
The device is also for faster than light communications, quantum entangled communications at great distance. In, I guess it was the late 80s or early 90s, Gary McKinnon hacked NASA. And he found the list of the off-world space fleet and the captains of the ships respectively. We have a fleet out there. If we have a fleet out there, we need to communicate with them. This is that facility.
What are you blowing the whistle on?
That there are technologies at the South Pole Station that people can't even consider that exist on this planet.
Like what?
Directed energy weapons systems is something that people need to get in their vocabulary fast. The ice cube neutrino detector is not simply a passive listening device as presented for the science that they're claiming it to do. It also has the capacity to transmit. There are embedded in the ice what are called digital optical modules, DOMs. They're about the size of a basketball.